Hey, hello, Jacob here, and really don't talk a lot of wild hockey. Well, again, mainly because I'm still relatively new to hockey and all that stuff, but yeah, kind of a big trade just went down with the Minnesota Wild and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So let me get this up here. Yeah, the Minnesota Wild send Jason Zucker to the Penguins for center Alex Galchenyuk, defender Kalen Addison, and a conditional 2020 first-round pick. Yeah, it seemed like they've been trying to get rid of Jason Zucker for like 2 or 3 seasons now. For whatever reason. But at the end of the day, though, sucks to see Zucker go because he was a very, very big piece of the Wild for so long. That, and of course, well, anytime you lose a big name in the hockey world, or like a bigger name, I should say, gets traded, kind of creates a little bit of buzz. So, yeah, honestly, it'll be interesting to see what the Wild now do moving forward. Curious to see if Boudreau will still be the actual one behind the bench, or if they're actually going to move on from him. Are we actually going to finally get rid of Dubnyk? Frankly, it's about damn time, because as much as I've loved Dubnyk over the last couple of seasons or so, he's very, very streaky. Like, he'll have a couple of weeks where he's really good, and, well, then there'll be games where I watch where he gives up 3 goals in the span of, 50 seconds. Such is life of a Minnesota sports fan. But anyway. Yeah, it's just, moving forward, I think what the Wild are doing is what the Wild should have been doing for a while. But I have a feeling until they get rid of the Parise and Stahl contracts, this team really won't be able to do much as far as actual changing. But again, it'll be interesting to see moving forward how the Wild address their needs and how they, move forward, for lack of a better phrase there. Because the way the Wild have been doing it these last, I'd say, 5 to 10 years before last year, was barely do enough to make it in the playoffs to either get bounced in the first round or bounced in the second round. And they did that for 8 or 9 straight seasons. And then last year they finally missed, but the thing is, they still finished around 500, which, yeah, again, that still kind of frustrates me. But, what can you do? Of course, it also doesn't help that the Central Division is... Yeah, let's put it this way. I know last year, I don't know if it's the same this year, but I know last year, I think the worst team finished 1 or 2 games above 500. Just to put that into perspective. So, yeah, it's a tough division. It's a tough area to play in, but... Yeah, so just to kind of wrap things up here, Zucker is officially off the Wild roster and is now headed to Pittsburgh for Alex Galchenyuk, Kalen Addison, and conditional 2020 first-round pick. So yeah, as I said before, and moving forward, hopefully this actually moves the Wild forward and they can actually finally start to rebuild this thing properly. Because again, we do have some young talent in Ryan Donato, Joel Eriksson-Ek, Greenway. Stalock's actually been looking pretty good this year for us. And at least from the games I can actually see. Problem is, when you play so many games, it's kind of hard to catch them, especially when you're at work. Most of the time that, the teams are playing. But, yeah, so... Again, it'd be interesting to see come this offseason what they decide to do. And sort of what direction they decide to move in. So... Yeah, until we meet again, this is Jacob, and have a good night.